Yo, what's up everybody, it's PKPJ here, let's be real. Path of Exile is straight up busted. Servers are crashing, loading screens are endless, and PoE2's early access, total disaster. It's enough to make you want to throw your PC out the window. But before you rage quit, I've got some insider fixes that Grinding Gear Games definitely doesn't want you to know. Buckle up, Exiles. What you're about to see might just save your sanity, and your love for Path of Exile. Path of Exile is a complex beast, more layers than an onion, and every time you think you've peeled back the last one, there's another system, another mechanic, another currency waiting to surprise you. It's a game that's always kept us on our toes, challenging us to learn, adapt, and experiment. There are more moving parts than a Swiss watch, and for years, that's been part of the magic. The depth, the complexity, the feeling that there's always something new to master. It's what's kept us coming back. But lately, it feels like GGG hit the game with a chaos wand and just walked away, leaving us to deal with the fallout. The systems are starting to feel less like a well-oiled machine and more like a Rube Goldberg device on the verge of collapse. Server disconnects? We've all been there, and it's happening more and more. It's almost a rite of passage at this point. You're mid-boss fight, loot everywhere, adrenaline pumping, and BAM! Disconnected. If you're playing hardcore, that's your character. Hours of progress, just gone in an instant. It's soul-crushing. And those loading screens? I've spent more time staring at them than actually playing. Sometimes it feels like the real endgame is just waiting to get back in. It's like waiting at the DMV, but with more skeletons and a lot more frustration. You'd think after all these years, this would be sorted out. Then there's PoE2 early access. The hype was unreal. Trailers, teasers, promises of a new era. But what did we actually get? Buggy, clunky, and clearly rushed. Performance is rough, new systems are awkward, and it feels unfinished. It's like we got a beta, not a bold new chapter. Players are reporting issues left and right, and it's hard not to feel like we're unpaid testers instead of valued fans. The excitement is turning into frustration. Worst of all, GGG's silence. It's like they've retreated into their New Zealand fortress, surrounded by microtransaction money, ignoring the player base. The lack of updates or even basic communication is deafening. Come on, GGG, we need communication. Acknowledge the problems, tell us you're working on it, throw us a bone. Even a simple "we hear you" would go a long way. We're not asking for miracles, just some honesty and transparency. The community deserves better. We love this game and we want to see it thrive, but we need to know you're listening. Before we grab the pitchforks and storm the forums, let's take a breath and see what we can actually do to make things a little smoother for ourselves. Sometimes, the best way to deal with frustration is to take action, even if it's just a small step in the right direction. So let's try some quick fixes that might just keep you in the game instead of rage quitting. These aren't permanent solutions, but they can make a surprising difference in your day-to-day experience. If you're getting disconnected or running into weird bugs, start by verifying your game files. It's a simple step, but you'd be amazed how often corrupted files are the culprit behind crashes and disconnects. Just a few clicks, and you might save yourself hours of headaches. Still suffering through endless loading screens? Seriously, consider upgrading to an SSD if you haven't already. The difference is night and day. Your maps load faster, towns don't feel like a slog, and you'll spend way less time staring at progress bars. For PoE2's notorious performance issues, don't be afraid to tweak your graphics settings. Lower your resolution, turn off shadows, and disable those flashy effects. It might not look as pretty, but smoother gameplay is worth the trade-off, especially in hectic fights. Hardcore players, this one's for you. Set up a logout macro. It's not just a convenience. It can literally save your character from a sudden disconnect or a deadly lag spike. Don't risk your progress over a few extra seconds. Look, these are just band-aids. They won't fix the root problems, but sometimes a temporary patch is all you need to keep enjoying the game while we wait for GGG to roll out real solutions. Don't expect miracles, but sometimes a little duct tape and creativity can go a long way. The community's been making do for years, and these tricks are part of the shared experience. Try these out, experiment with what works for you, and see if your experience improves. Share your own tips with others. Sometimes the best fixes come from the community itself. In the end, we're all just trying to survive Ray class together, one patch and one workaround at a time. GG, it's time for some real talk. The Path of Exile community has been patient, passionate, and loyal for years. But now, more than ever, we need you to step up and show us that you're listening. The game we love is at a crossroads, and your next moves will define its future. Quick fixes and band-aid solutions just aren't enough anymore. You need to address the root problems that have been plaguing the game for far too long. Players are frustrated, and it's time to take decisive action. First, invest in better servers and infrastructure. Lag, crashes, and disconnects are driving people away, and it's hurting the community. Reliable servers are the foundation of any great online game. Losing players to constant disconnects and technical issues is far more costly in the long run than upgrading your hardware. Second, you need to communicate openly and honestly with your player base. Keep us updated on server status, bug fixes, and your plans for the future. Transparency builds trust, and trust is what keeps a community together even during tough times. Third, prioritize stability and performance over constantly pushing out new content. A stable, smooth experience is what keeps players coming back, not just flashy new features. Slow down, take the time to fix the core game, and make sure the basics are solid before moving forward. Quality should always come before quantity, and finally, listen to your community. We're not just numbers or statistics, we're real people who care deeply about Path of Exile and want to see it thrive. We're the ones keeping PoE alive, streaming, creating content, and bringing new players into the fold. Our voices matter, and we want to be heard. Take our feedback seriously and work with us to make the game better. Collaboration between developers and players is the key to long-term success. The future of Path of Exile is in your hands. Don't let us down. Show us that you care as much as we do. We want to keep playing, supporting, and celebrating this incredible game. Help us do that by stepping up and making the changes we all know are needed. So there you have it. Exiles, the ugly truth, some quick fixes, and a plea to GGG. Will they listen? Or is Path of Exile doomed to collapse under its own weight? Let me know in the comments, did these fixes help? What else should GGG do? If this video saved your sanity, smash that like button and subscribe for more PoE rants and guides. Check out my next video for a deep dive into the PoE 2 beta disaster. Until next time, Exiles, stay sane. Let me know if you need further tightening.